Good morning. Just yesterday, I was talking about getting called to go to the hospital. And it was amazing when I was at the hospital. The gentleman who I was going to anoint and pray and to be with, he had actually come over here from Germany. And one of his family members was telling the story about how when he arrived, he didn't really know much English at all. He could understand just a little bit, but really couldn't speak it. And he was at a diner and was asked if he wanted pancakes. And he didn't want any pancakes, so he said no. But he said no in German, which is 9. And so they brought out 9 pancakes, right? Just a funny little thing. But here's why I'm saying this. At the very end, I was talking with him, praying with him, and you could tell he was kind of tracking with some of the prayers, but not really much of a reaction. And at the very end, right as I was getting ready to leave, I was starting to turn else, and I was like, oh! And I stopped, and I turned back around, and I said, I just want to let you know something. Right now, Jesus is telling you, Ich liebe dich. And his whole family lit up, and he even just lit up, right? And my grandma Peterson, she used to always say, Ich liebe dich, which she said is, I love you, in German. And it was fascinating. As I was walking out, I was like, that's really cool. Like, my grandma would always say it. And I would say it to her. But other than that, I would never say it to anyone because they'd be like, what are you saying? But I just thought it was beautiful in that moment to realize, like, here's some tiny little thing from my past, from my history in my family that I wouldn't have even thought is going to down the road bring such joy, and not only joy, but like comfort and consolation, right? I spoke yesterday about being God's instrument and letting him use us. Sometimes we have no idea the way our past, different things in our past, and God's going to bring it back to use to help us be instruments for other people, right? And it may be something as simple and beautiful as Ich liebe dich, someone saying, I love you, right? In another language. But maybe there's times in our lives where we haven't felt loved, moments where we've gone through incredible suffering, really, really dark times, and where we say, God, why would you put me through that? Why would you let me go through that, right? Because, of course, God doesn't put us through it. Why would you let that happen? And we never know when God is going to bring up the perfect scenario where we're going to be able to say to somebody, you know what? I've been through something like this. And actually bring them comfort in the present moment through what we've experienced in the past. So I encourage you today, if there's anything in your past that you regret or that you feel sorrow over or grief, shame, whatever, anger even, whatever it is, I invite you to ask the Lord today to say, Lord, with you, I'm not going to do this on my own, but Lord, with you, can you maybe take me back to that place to bring some healing, to show me where you were present, and maybe even to show me how it is that you desire to use this for your good and even for my good in the future. So if it's too daunting, just ask the Lord to continue to hear you from that place. Just as simple as that. But I encourage you, if you're able, with the Lord, go to him and say, Lord, do you want to show me something? And if the Lord seems to say yes, to allow him to go bring healing and to show you how he can actually bring healing not only to you, but even to others through whatever that hardship and difficulty may have been. And I want you to know right now that Jesus is saying to you, Ich liebe dich. Have an amazing day. God bless you.